Hello, where are you joining me from? I'd love it if you could say hello in the comments and let me know. Do you think selling is an important thing to be doing during this time at the moment? Because I've had some mixed opinions. Not everyone believes it's a good time to sell at the moment, which is why I wanted to address this topic. Some people are saying that because of what's happening in the economy, we need to pull back and wait until it shifts. The thing is, the lockdown restrictions might be lifting, the social distancing might be starting to change a little bit, but the financial crisis, if we can call it that, could keep going for some time. And I believe that in this time in history, it is more crucial than ever to be able to sell our services. Selling is the way that we put money in our bank account. And if you know how to sell, then you are free. You're free from having to work for anyone else if you lose your job and you can sell. I love selling because it helps people to improve their lives. Selling enables people to get more of what they want. If you are offering something to someone who is going to benefit and get a result and transform their life from what you're selling, then I believe that more than ever, it's a time for us to serve people and make offers to people who need help. Now, of course, there's some people who can't afford your services at the moment. That's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people who can afford what you're offering and are willing to pay for it. So selling is not about convincing. It's not about trying to change someone's mind or twist someone's arm. Selling is about a genuine conversation. It's really conversation and seeing whether you're a match, seeing if you're the right fit for each other. So why is it so important to have sales skills at the moment? Effective sales skills. Well, I believe that there's two main skills that all business owners need. The first one's marketing and the second one is selling, provided that you know how to give great value. That's very important, that you have something that people are willing to pay for because you give such great value. They actually get more from their money by investing in it than if they didn't. So provided you've got a great service, you've got a great offer, one skill that I love to teach is marketing, which is, I call it client attraction, because I only work with service-based business owners, solopreneurs, such as coaches who want to get more clients, and also signing up clients. And to be able to sign up clients, you need to be able to sell. Who agrees with me? Pop it in the chat box. Give me a yes if you think sales is pretty important right now. Sales is literally the number one way to increase the numbers in your bank account, which is going to give you more freedom, more choices, right, in your life. Super important. So I want to talk to you about 7 reasons that most coaches that I come across struggle to sell their services. So number 1, I'm going to just dive straight into them. Number 1 reason is that they ask too few questions. Too few questions. Sales conversations, effective sales conversations are all about effective questions. Oh, I can see you guys now better. Hello. Still getting used to this new format. So number 1, too few questions. Unfortunately, sales has had a little bit of a bad rap because people have, I guess, wanted this instant gratification and have been so desperate to sell. Typically back in the 80s with used car salesmen and things like that. And people would just talk and talk and talk instead of actually listening to what the person wanted. So the first reason that coaches don't sign up clients is too few questions. Effective selling is about asking effective questions. Effective questions. I call them power questions. And these are questions that open up in your potential client's mind ways to overcome any limiting beliefs that they have about themselves, about you, about what you're offering, about their ability to get a result and actually get a transformation from what you're offering. And effective questions help the person sell themselves rather than you having to try and convince someone to do something. Effective questions help the person to come to the realization that themselves that they actually need what it is that you're offering. Is my video going weird? It looks kind of weird. So too few questions. So we want to make sure that we're spending at least 70% of the conversation just asking questions, not interrogating, but asking elegant questions. For example, tell me what your life would be like if you solved this problem. Tell me what it's costing you to not have this problem solved. How is that affecting you? Why is it important to you to solve this? Things like, how is it affecting your family? How's it affecting your relationships? How is it affecting your health? If you could change, what would be your ultimate result? And what have you tried in the past? And what has worked for you and what hasn't worked for you? And you're really digging and getting to know the person, A, to find out if they're a match, right? To make sure that they're the right fit for you. And B, to see if that person really wants to buy what you have to offer. So that's number one. Number two is too much talking. So it's interesting, this week I've been looking at different properties. So at the moment, the apartments in my area have dropped a lot in price. So I've been checking them out and really observing the difference between great salespeople and not so great. And what I'm noticing is that there's really a spectrum. There's people who talk way too much and then they just go on and don't give me time to think and look around and get kind of the lay of the land. And then on the other end of the spectrum, there are people who don't say anything. And so I'm walking around, opening cupboards, opening drawers. I'm going, oh, this is nice. I really like this. Oh, how good is that balcony? I love the view. And they kind of just don't say anything. And so it's not really a great experience. So the people that talk a lot and don't give me space to think, it kind of makes me want to leave. And then the people that are just completely silent, I think, oh, is there something that you're not telling me? Because why aren't you talking? I kind of wonder, I get curious why they're not really saying anything. And I think this is an excellent opportunity for you to kind of tell me the benefits about this place and help me overcome my objections. Like I've thrown out objections, things like, oh, I'm not really sure about the noise. Like, what do you think? And instead of them kind of brainstorming with me and talking through it with me, they've just kind of gone, oh, well, it's up to you. Which just is kind of like a it just doesn't help at all, because of course it's up to me. I'm not going to invest in something that I don't like. But one lady was really good, and I told her, I said, you're really good at your job. So one of the agents, I said to her, oh, I'm just not sure, and I'm just kind of pondering. And she said, well, you know what, like, you can always move again. It's not like you're stuck here for the rest of your life. And, every place has got pros and cons. And she just made it feel really fun and easy. And, yeah, just give it a crack, something new, and have a change. And she did plant that seed of like, yeah, actually, you're absolutely right. So those first two reasons why coaches don't sign up clients, number one, too little questions, and number two, too much talking, they can just kill the sale for you. No matter how good your product is, your offer is, like whether it's your coaching program or maybe you've got an online course or a group coaching program or something like that, no matter how good it is and how good a coach you are, you're going to suffer if you make either of those two mistakes. Okay, number three, I hope you're making notes. Number three is too strong. Too strong. So number one, too little questions, too few questions. Number two, too much talking. Number three, too strong. So there's a concept that I teach called strength and warmth. And strength and warmth is the spectrum of how we need both sides of the spectrum to be compelling and to be influential. There's a great book called Compelling People that talks about this. They studied influential people and they found that they had a really good balance between strength and warmth. So if you come across too strong, so it's kind of like there's a tipping point, right? So there's a sweet spot in the middle where you're strong and you're also warm. So, excuse me, I just need to drink. So by strong, I mean you're quite direct, you're very confident, you are telling the person that you can absolutely help them, you're giving them lots of assurance. People respect it, people feel very safe because you can say, yeah, I can absolutely help you with that. Like, let's go. It's very active. It's very, there's a lot of confidence in it. You tip over too much to one end of the spectrum and it can come across very forceful and very almost rude, just too blunt, you know. And we've probably all had those conversations, those sales conversations where it's too blunt and it's too much and it's too pushy. And most of us are actually scared of that. We're scared of coming across like that. And so for most of you, I imagine that you're not strong enough. It's just a bit of a, what's the word? I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but most people I talk to, they don't come across strong enough. They don't come across really proud of what they're offering. They come across a bit too soft. So the fourth reason that coaches don't sign up clients is coming across too soft. And so you want to be warm, strong and warm, but if you go too much down the warm end of the spectrum, you can come across quite fluffy, kind of like, oh yeah, apologetic, if you want it. And as soon as there's any sign that the person might throw an objection out at you, it's like, oh, no problem, because you're so scared of rejection that you can't handle it. So instead of having an open, authentic conversation, you end up just being really fluffy and just avoiding it. So we need to be strong. We need to kind of help people through their limiting beliefs, their objections, because otherwise they're just going to keep struggling. And maybe they've been like that for years, and you might be the first person that says to them, hey, if you don't get this sorted, you know, you might never be able to reach that dream. You might never reach that goal if you keep saying that you don't have time, or if you keep saying that you don't have the money. And if you've got rapport with the person, which is crucial, you have to have rapport with the person. That's a massive mistake. I'm assuming that you've got rapport with this person, and you're just coming across too soft. So if you do have the rapport with the person and they know that they can trust you, you can actually say some things like, hey, you know, I can feel that that's really feels like a problem for you. What other options do you have if you don't go ahead? You know, help them solve their problem rather than just running as soon as there's any sign of any doubt. You know, you want to be bold enough to process that with them. So don't be too strong and forceful and blunt and direct, and don't be too soft. Find that nice sweet spot in the middle where you're having a genuine human conversation with another person to see if you're a match, to see if you're the right fit. And it's actually very easy. It's very easy if you get that right. Okay, number 5 is you're too expensive. So many people, they try and go quite high before they've actually tested the market. And my sixth point is being too cheap, right? So you've got to be in the middle. But being too expensive, what happens is that sometimes people, they put their price too high before they've actually got the experience. So what I recommend that you do is you set your price, but then if you haven't got paid clients yet, you might give a discount for the first 3, for example, or the first 5, because you've got to get your testimonials. When you're starting out, if you've been coaching for ages and you've got clients already, then this is different. But when you're starting out, it's really important that you get results, you get transformations with people, because then you've got the testimonials. Then you can do, excuse me, I'm just struggling a bit with my throat. Then you can do things like webinars, because you can't do webinars if you've never had results for people. It's very hard to make offers on webinars. So make sure that if you're not signing up any paid clients, you might need to drop your price, get some results, get some great runs on the board, get your practice. I've had people say to me, I refuse to do free sessions. And they just haven't got enough experience to kind of warrant charging this really high price. And I've had some people say to me that they want to charge, you know, 3,000-4,000 for a package, but they're not experienced enough, and they haven't even got one paid client yet. So you've got to do your time. I did literally hundreds of free coaching sessions, you know, just for the experience and the practice. And I know a lot of you are doing free practice sessions, and if you're not getting a result, if you're not getting paid clients from them, you might need to drop your price a bit just to get some runs on the board, build your confidence, and then you can increase it. So number 6 is being too cheap. Now, some of you, you're not charging enough and people aren't taking you seriously. And you'll know where you fit in this. You'll know. You'll feel it when I'm talking about it. So if you feel that you're a bit resentful when you tell people your price, if you feel like you're dropping the price because you're desperate for sales, or people have said to you, oh, wow, that's quite cheap, or, you know, your friends are telling you that you're not charging enough, you need to start listening to that, because people don't value it if it's too cheap. They think it's not good. You know, we definitely value when we invest. The biggest investment I've made into my business was a $17,000 business course. And I just turned up and I did the work, and I was there early and I practiced, and I was such a good student because I'd invested so much money in it. So if you're too cheap, people will just think that you're not good. So please don't undersell yourself. And then number 7 is having too little confidence. Too little confidence. So we get confidence to charge what we're worth, to have great conversations with people when we can communicate our value. So when we really truly know that we're going to provide great value. And if you don't know that, then work on that. Work on improving what you offer people. Make sure that you're offering really, really good value, because that will make you really confident. Like, I'm so confident selling because I know that what I do for people really helps them. I help people get clients. I help people make money. I'm working with clients every single day. And last week I had 18 clients. At the moment, I've got 27 clients that I'm working with, and I'm getting them results. They're really being helped a lot by what I'm doing. So that gives me a lot of confidence. So you've got to be good at what you do, and you've got to be able to communicate what you do. You also need to practice. So the more that you practice sales, the better you get at it. I have a private group for my paid clients, and we do role plays. So people are able to practice their selling skills. And you want to practice where the stakes are low. You don't want to practice on people that could potentially pay you thousands of dollars, and you stuff it up and you miss the sale. Like, I know that I've stuffed up many sales and left thousands of dollars on the table because I haven't been confident enough. If you don't have confidence, confidence is your number one asset when it comes to selling. So make sure that you practice. And this is by having lots and lots of coaching sessions. Like, literally just get as many coaching sessions booked in for free, and then practice making offers to people. And then the next thing with confidence is making sure that you're speaking to the right person. It's very hard to sell to someone who genuinely doesn't need what you've got. You shouldn't be selling to them anyway. You only want to make an offer to someone who genuinely, you know that you can help, that is the right fit for you, that's the right ideal client for you, not someone that, like, just because we can help people doesn't mean we should. So I've had many coaching free discovery sessions with people where I haven't even made an offer at all, because I just didn't enjoy the conversation. I didn't feel they were committed. I try and pre-qualify people before through a questionnaire, but some people say that they're committed, and then I can tell that they're not. And I only work with committed people. So you've got to make sure that you work with the right people, because it's your reputation. Your reputation is so important. It's more important than money. It's your branding. It's your name. It's everything. So make sure that you're only having the sales conversations with people who you know that you can definitely get a transformation for, get a great result for. and that's going to build your confidence. The more you do it, the more you get results for people, the more your confidence builds like a snowball, and then sales becomes this beautiful experience. You enjoy it because when you're good at something, competence leads to confidence, right? If you're crap at riding a bike, you're not going to want to go ride a bike. If you're crap at cooking, you're not going to invite people over, and cook for them, right? So when we enjoy something, we get confident at it. So those are the 7 main reasons. I know that there's lots of other reasons. If you resonate with any of these, I would love to hear in the comments, what did you resonate with? Which one stood out to you? Which one do you feel is, just the highlight for you? If you could pop in the comments, or is there anything else, any other reasons that you think that coaches don't, struggle to sign up clients? If you are wanting to know the best way to sell at the moment, I'm also running a free webinar on Thursday, the 30th of April. I'm not sure if you're watching this as a replay. So for those of you watching live, it's tomorrow night, Sydney time, 7 p.m. And it's completely free. It's a 90-minute masterclass. And I'm going to be unpacking a framework, a 6-step framework called the values-based formula. And this is a formula which takes people through the whole sales process experience. And I'm going to show you through step by step, and also give you a really great a script that's been super effective. I've been selling for 17 years and I've made over $1 million through multiple businesses in 3 different countries. And I've been able to support myself through clients for many, many years, and worked with a lot of people and helped them improve their sales as well. Like Amy, she went from $800 a week to over $4,000 a week by following this exact framework that I'm teaching in the webinar. It's a 6-step framework. And I've had many other testimonials similar. Like Simone, she improved her conversion rate from, I think she was about 50%. She got it up to 80%, and then we had to get her to put her prices up. So I'm going to pop the details in the chat box here and put the link. So it's happening on Thursday, 30th of April, 7 p.m. If you've got any questions, just pop them in the comment box now. I can see that there's a lot of you on here, but I can't see who it is. It's really annoying, this new Facebook setup. Has anyone used it? Stream preview, what is that? I find it a little bit more confusing. I wish I could see who's on here. But hello, thanks for joining me live. I'd love to know in the comments box, what is your number one takeaway from what you heard tonight? It would be such a joy and such a gift to give back. I give time every single Wednesday night, 8 p.m. in this group. I love showing up and giving value and helping you out, helping you make money, helping you help more people. My absolute goal and mission in life is to help people, to help more people. I apologize if the video is a little bit funny. I'm not quite sure what's going on, except probably that there's a lot of people online at the moment. Have you noticed that? Seems very popular to be online. Can't imagine why. So let me just do a very quick recap before we finish up. 7 reasons why coaches don't sign up clients. Number 1, too few questions. You need to get masterful at powerful questions. And if you come to the webinar tomorrow night, I'm going to be sharing with you a whole lot of examples of those. Number 2, too much talking. We talk too much when we're nervous. And we need to practice making sure that we're not over talking. Number 3, coming across too strong, too forceful, too blunt, too direct. Number 4, coming across too soft. That's what I see more of, is people coming, like, not telling people, yes, I can absolutely help you with that. Yes, I've got the solution for that. Most people fall into that category of going more on the soft side. Number 5, being too expensive. When you start off, make sure you position yourself right and do get your experience, get your transformations, get your testimonials before you try and get too much money. Number 6, too cheap, which is a lot of you. You're too cheap, you're worth more, you're not charging enough, you've been doing so many free sessions, and you need to start earning what you're worth. You are brilliant, you've got skills, you've got knowledge, you've got experience, you've got a heart to help people, otherwise you wouldn't be on this live right now, I know, but you might just be needing to fill a few a few gaps in your skills, in your marketing, in your sales. So don't think there's anything wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You are amazing. We just need to fill in those skills gaps. And then the last one is too little confidence. You need to be fully confident in what you're doing and know that you can really make a difference in people's lives. And I know that you can. So thank you for joining me. Those of you online, please drop me some love, drop me some hearts, some likes, some thumbs. And if you enjoyed this, come and check out my webinar where I really unpack it with a full presentation, PowerPoints, and it's a full 90 minutes. I'll be able to take all your questions as well on that. So in the meantime, have a great evening or day if you're watching the replay. Give me a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. Write a comment, question. I always reply personally to them all. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye, friends.